Oh my Ruby. We thought things couldn't become scarier, but we were so wrong. We were dead wrong. Oh my god. Are you telling me this is now gonna become dangerous? First of all, not the second of all, the angry anime fan here to bring you the RWBY episode 2 uncovered. And let's just say we have just perhaps entered the arc that will answer some questions. Note, perhaps. Because third of all, Cinder is alive. Apparently there was a lake behind, so she didn't shatter. In a way, I actually find that good. Why? Because then maybe John can finally kill her! Yes, I know what you're trying to say. John will never become as powerful as Cinder and blah 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 blah. But however, you have to note one thing. Cinder has to die. I do not want her to be redeemed. She has to die. Or is this episode meant to say that she's going to be redeemed? I mean, she is a lot calmer than she used to be. She's actually seems to be willing to build up a new type, well, not really empire, but she's keeping her cool and polite and is not as aggressive and doesn't even flaunt her power to be intimidating. So exactly what is she intending to do? Well, who knows? But that is not what is really happening. As we see a flashback of before the gang decided to leave with the relic. Ozpin in Oscar's body told about that the relic of knowledge actually contained ways to tell 3 histories every 100 years. And now, finally, Jang snaps after all the secrets that Ozpin has been hiding. But it's during this time we are actually switching to a side of Ozpin we have yet to seen. Because actually there's a very good argument here. Who can we truly trust? Even Crow, the guy who has unquestionably been loyal to Oz for ages, seems to be very hesitant. The reason for that is because Ozpin begins to pull up a monologue that he's not lying, but there's some things that he's been hiding. And then pulls up a very good argument against the group, saying like, do you think you were not the first who told me that? It's true, Ozpin has been living for ages, centuries even. And if he really is, well, actually we should say he is. Since he is the old man in the story about the maidens, then we should take his words that he had lost faith in humanity a long time ago. However, given what Salem has said, Ozpin has more care for humanity than he precedes. But what RWBY seems to actually be a little bit questionable about that. So it's during this time that Oscar actually begins to rebel a little bit about Ozpin's control, as they suddenly wants to ask the relic a future, or more like a question, so to speak. Ozpin justifies his keeping secret that he doesn't want to be hurt again. And Leonardo Lionheart, he was once a good man, but he betrayed Ozpin as well. So, I mean, they should really say that yes, he is keeping secrets because Ozpin is Ozpin. However, it's during this time, however, Ozpin's one of the more biggest secrets appears. The Relic of Knowledge suddenly gets activated, and we are meeting Jin, a naked girl, by the way, who doesn't have any private parts for some strange reason. And she says, and wanting to find out more answers, the girls turn their backs on Ozpin and wants to know the truth on what Ozpin is hiding. He desperately tries to prevent that from happening, but everyone is teleported into a place where we are met with a new moment. We see a woman, the same woman we have seen in the intro musical. I actually asked myself last week, who is that girl? Is it someone we know before? Turns out, yes. Well, granted, I didn't say if it was someone we have seen before. I didn't say that, but I wondered exactly who it was, and turns out it was the one we least expected. As the episode ends with the line, "Once upon a time there stood a lonely tower that sheltered a lonely girl named Salem." And we see Salem before she became the Grim Master, as a beautiful young woman with long blonde hair and blue eyes. This is the truth. Aspin, as soon as Ruby asked that question, Aspin screamed no. For the very first times, Aspin actually showed strong signs of wanting to keep something. It's also worth noting that he didn't even call the relic a entity. He called it an object, meaning that he doesn't see Jin as a female nor even a person. And this is another fairy tale motive of it all. First of all, the crime boss that Cinder goes to has little notes of Little Miss Muffet, and mentions she's afraid of spiders until she can make them work for her. And Salem, and with the Lonely Tower, very strongly seems to have themes of the girl in the tower, similar to Rapunzel. And Aspen, as we know, is based on the Wizard of Oz, and not that I saw the Wizard of Oz. Yes, I know, that is very strange, but I do not like old movies. But what I'm trying to say is I do know the story. The Wizard of Oz was also a man that kept a secret just to keep on giving people hope. So, what is actually going on here? Well, maybe for the first time ever, we are gonna find out the truth. Aspin is keeping secrets, and I can actually not blame him for that. He has lived for a very long time, and of course he has to keep the secret of it all. But it's also true is that this Team RWBY is a lot different from any other he has ever trusted before. Still though, why did he not want Jin to tell what Aspin is hiding? Is it possible that Aspin is not the kind of good guy we know, and all of this is just his way to atone for his sins? Or is it possible that he blames himself for this? Note, he said, if we're now going to take that as true, he was cursed by the gods because he failed to stop Salem. It's worth asking, why was Aspin the one who was cursed by the gods? And why did he fail to stop Salem? More than that, there are some hints that seem to imply that Aspin were the king that formed the kingdoms. So there's some mystery here. Are we finally going to find out the answer? And if we do find out the answer, are the gang going to trust Aspin? Actually, it's worth noting that we do see them walking around, so yeah, maybe. But so Salem was once a human, and Aspin was desperate in wanting to hide this one. This is personal to him. It just hit me. What if is it? No, I do not know the real story of Rapunzel. I just know the Disney story. I was gonna actually ask, is it possible that Aspin was a knight that wanted to save Rapunzel? But no, that's not it. Still though, Aspin is hiding something. We may very well soon hear it. A terrifying episode. To see all the girls desperate for answers like that. I mean, I am a guy who wants answers too. But even Aspin showing a side of him that he has never shown before. A scary episode indeed. Give me your thoughts if you have any.